It is Friday, July 10th. Yeah, we're like through the holiday weekend. Boy, a lot of fires around here. I hope things. Yeah, we were out in Gilroy, an area near here a while ago. Well, when did we go there? Sunday, and wildfires breaking out all over. This is a place where fireworks are legal near here, and the friends that we were talking to out there were right by a fire now. Anyway, definitely wildfire season here in California, taking off into a bad space. But last week I mentioned that we were going to have something. I want to welcome Doug Young back into the fold as one of our contributing instructors. And I think on last week's news I announced the wrong song because, of course, I mentioned In My Life, which has already been up here. We have two different versions of In My Life. We have three, I think. I should have a lesson on just how the Beatles really played it, and then I know I did an arrangement of it, and Doug did an arrangement of it, and last week, well, anyway, Doug's new lesson this week, by the way, was I Will, done in DADGAD, and I just spoke to Doug yesterday, and he definitely is interested in doing more lessons, maybe talking about arranging. He does have a new book out on hymns arranged for guitar that for relatively easy guitar. So encourage you to check out our friend Doug Young's book on hymns. I wish if I hadn't just found out about it yesterday, I'd probably have one here. But anyway, there's info further down the page here about that. And so he will be back on board. And also, we got a new lesson up by Vanessa. We got Vanessa back on board for about one lesson a week. So that's some of the kind of exciting news. I did mention last week that we were going to have a free webinar tomorrow at noon. It's a little bit up in the air right now. So we're having some tech issues with how we really want to run it. So we may get an email out late tonight or early tomorrow if it's going to happen. I'm just going to leave you hanging there in case you were already hanging on. If it's going to happen, it'll be noon tomorrow Pacific time, like I mentioned, I think last week. So what else has been going on here? Ringo had a birthday this week. I missed the birthday party on Access TV, which I think it was Tuesday, and because somebody told me it was 6:00, and at 5 to 6 I remembered, and it was just ending. But I do have to thank Ringo for many of the things that he's contributed to just our general culture. I think I've messed around with this. That's probably not the best key. I think the original's in E. Oh man, that's it. It opens up with a pentatonic run. It's Gasoline Alley too. Okay, don't wander off. I'm supposed to try to stay more to a script nowadays. Well, actually, that's just not. I'm not supposed to, but it's like we're trying to, as part of the new site goes, it's like get more information out here and just generally less goofing off. But there's always going to be goofing off. What else has been happening here? I've been playing some interesting things, and I do want to. The biggest thing is that I've seen a couple weeks ago had a review of Neil Conroy playing When I'm 64, and I think I mentioned that I got to get to some other of tunes off my Beatles album, and that's where I just remembered just before I turned the camera on that I had done this one, and I'm pretty sure that's how my version went. I haven't played it. Must be. Yeah, well, I'll have to dig that one up. So part of my plan, well, I'll save this for a little bit later when I talk about next week, but I'm kind of revisiting some of those things, and I think I'm looking forward to What's going to happen? Coming up, I want to just a quick review of what all the stuff that came out this week. There were a lot of things. So, just around the corner. Well, this is when I should be playing, because that was one of our new lessons. So I really want to thank Doug for putting together his DADGAD arrangement of I Will. And Bart, great comment, by the way, on the forum of just, you watch Doug's hands move and it's so smooth and effortless. It's always nice to watch accomplished guitar players, and Doug is certainly one of them. So I really, again, appreciate everything he's brought to the site. Let's see, we had a little more John Prine. And that hello in there opened the door for us to put out a 5-pack of John Prine songs. So be sure to check that out. It's got a few the obscure ones. Well, I don't know. I guess All the Best and Big Old Goofy World might be considered obscure. But then we have Hello in there and Illegal Smile and Angel from Montgomery that are like really famous. So let's see. What other new lessons? Oh, Shania Twain. Yes. Shania Twain song from Vanessa, Forever and for Always, and really want to again thank her for getting back on board, and we will be seeing pretty much a new lesson from her every week now for a while. And then Matt, I meant to do a lesson on this a long time ago. Different song pops into my head as soon as I run through that progression. If I go from A minor to G and all the way down to F. Uh-oh, I'm losing it. Must be A. Must be E minor. Okay, that was not Big Log, but we did put a lesson up on Big Log this week for the Robert Plant tune, a really spooky song I've always really liked. And Matt asked me to do that many, many months ago, and I started working on it, and I thought, this is a better song for Max. So I asked Max to do it, and really glad that he got that up for us. The other couple things we got out are... wait a minute. There we go. An electric pack of AC/DC songs that included things like Highway to Hell and Back in Black, You Shook Me All Night Long, Dirty Deeds, and I'm not going to remember the other one. Did I mention Highway to Hell? I think I did. Anyway. Thunderstruck! I don't play that one. You only need one string and almost one finger. Better to use two. It doesn't lend itself very well to the acoustic guitar. You'll slice your fingers to shreds. Anyway, that was the exciting stuff for this week. Coming up, we'll talk about some things I've noticed on the forum that were that jumped out at me. Last week, I talked about, a couple of songs that needed a little bit of updating, maybe a little bit more tablature that I hadn't quite gotten around to. And I gotta thank, one of our most prolific and useful and helpful contributors, Dermot. You know I'm talking about you, man, for digging up tab to the lessons that I had not put tab out for, and stuff he had worked on, and just throwing it in there. I have not grabbed them yet from the forum, but I will, and I'll add them to the lessons, because what you did with Octopus's Garden was exactly what I would have done if I hadn't seen yours. I was getting to work on it, and then you put it up, man. So thanks a lot. You saved me a lot of work. Well, and so that's kind of a cool thing. And the other thing that jumps out at me on the forum is some reviews. We keep getting more reviews. There's a new one coming up that I haven't had a chance to look at, but Neil put up him working on Bridge Over Troubled Water. And as you know, because if you've been following my wandering threads, I'm hoping to have a more complicated lesson on Bridge Over Troubled Water finished soon. But in the meantime, I'm glad to see that people are playing. I hate to call it a campfire version, because it's still pretty complicated, Anyway, so also I got to hand it to Ken for coming up with this. So easy to mess that part up. I can't even remember it now. I just did the review on it a couple days ago. Anyway, but that was really cool, because that song has fallen so far off my radar for a long time. Anyway, in order to do the review, which I did, I had to even print up the music again and have it there in front of me. So I hope you guys have had a chance to take a look at that, because it was really, it's one of my all-time favorite songs of Greg Lake's. I just don't keep it in very good shape, because I don't keep that hybrid picking in very good shape either. What else? So we had reviews on Over the Rainbow that I think I did apologize to Craig for having missed that 5 months ago, but we were, again, sort of in the transitional phase of where it was getting difficult for us to put up new stuff. But I hope you seen that we've kind of turned the tide on that. A lot of new stuff. 4 new lessons this week, as I already mentioned, and then I think 3 or 4 reviews and a few more in the can. So please keep the uploader is working great. So I would really want to encourage everybody to take advantage of it. Let's see. Anything else on the forum? No, I think I just really wanted to thank Dermot for Heart of Gold and Octopus's Garden, and then coming up we'll talk about the future and the time-space continuum that we almost messed up. So next week we have a new lesson from Vanessa, another Shania Twain song, which means we're going to have a 5-pack of Shania Twains coming out. We will have a lesson from Max on Fleetwood Mac, The Chain, another kind of cool rocker. There's been a little bit of press around here lately about the Fleetwoods and stuff, and some. Oh boy, one of my friends told me about the Eagles 4th of July concert. Well, anyway, that's completely never mind. I'm not going there. Cut them off. Okay. But I also, I've been thinking about since with I got to do some more of my Beatles arrangements. Maybe this one. Or this. If I can remember. Like to take some requests of instrumental Beatles tunes from the 19 or 20 or 21 that I put on my album 30 years ago, and that people would like to do instrumentals of. And speaking of instrumentals, next week, a new pack of they're going to be intermediate plus advanced instrumentals. I was looking through some of the things that we have here, and I have over the years put together a lot of not quite so easy to play instrumentals. God only knows in my life. What else is in there? Jerusalem, some things like that. So that's a package that is getting put together too, along with a new jazz pack of Max's tunes. You know, we've been doing 4. I think this will be our 4th 5-pack of jazz tunes. It will include, the last one included some relatively unusual things. Little Charlie Parker. We didn't have Miles Davis in that. It was John Coltrane. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying that. And I think that is it. I'm going to sign off today. And just, again, hope to have a webinar tomorrow. Might just run it anyway, kind of unannounced. So keep an eye on the forum. But we might get an email out about what's going to happen here. If not, it'll be next week, the 18th. And then our plan is to do a free webinar once a month or so. Along with an exclusive one for COA members, by the way, too. So that's happening too, but that's hopefully going to start tomorrow as well, too. Okay, I'm out of here. What other Beatles tunes did I do on there? No, it's got to be an A. No, it's in D. It's funny when I go into D and I play it, think about a Beatles tune. Here there are 3 in D that I did in D. And that's the other one. So there's probably more, but between I Will, Penny Lane, and Maxwell's Silverhammer, I ended up playing them all in D, as I did with Over the Rainbow. I don't know what I was thinking, because there are great versions in lots of different keys. I think we've got Doug playing it in A. We have the one that Craig put up. It was in G, right? Oh, we need a C in there. Okay, I don't need to ramble on with that. The point of today was not to try to play Over the Rainbow in 5 different keys. Stop. Okay. See you next week.